Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SMMT Annual Dinner for 2025, our 108th, and it is a sellout. Thank you very much indeed for your ongoing support. Now, I know over 1,000 of you haven't come here to hear me speak, but I'm delighted to welcome the Secretary of State for Business and Trade, Peter Kyle, who's with us this evening, from whom we will hear shortly. However, it was the night before the budget, when all through the House not a creature was stirring. Actually, that analogy ends there, because all through the House of Commons, plenty is stirring as backbenchers give the Chancellor advice she probably didn't ask for. Now, I don't know what's in tomorrow's budget, but I do know we're not expecting a sack of presents. Certainly, that's what Santa's elves have been briefing the press over the last few weeks. But this is also the week of Thanksgiving, so let me start by thanking Peter Kyle and his predecessor, Johnny Reynolds, who is also with us tonight, for creating with us a meaningful partnership, or as the Prime Minister putting it, backing us to the hilt, and as the Chancellor promised, to have our back. And pleasingly, deeds have matched words. Delivering Johnny's promise made here last year to adjust the ZEV mandate, £650 million for an electric car grant, which, while not perfect, was absolutely the right thing to do. Extending the van, truck and taxi grants, securing trade deals with India and especially the US, which averted an existential threat to so many of our manufacturers. Embedding a regulatory framework which will see automated ride-hailing on London streets next year, the first city in Europe to have that. And £2.5 billion in funding to support the delivery of the modern industrial strategy that we called for. Now, this is not charity, but it is investment in growth. But with the good, also sometimes comes the bad, and occasionally the downright ugly. Ending employee car ownership schemes, for instance, will penalise our hard-working people. It could also lose us 80,000 sales a year, cost us £1 billion a year, and cost Treasury £500 million a year. Then there are the suggestions, again perhaps floated by Treasury elves, of changes to salary sacrifice, the fuel duty freeze frozen or unfrozen, that there may even be road pricing for EVs. Now that last one better come with a receipt, because it should go straight back to the shop for exchange on Boxing Day. It really is quite simple. When you want someone to do something, you encourage them. You make it cheaper, not more expensive. Now this tax would choke what is fragile demand. Mitigation, not even 1.5 billion of it, will offset the message. And it will come at just the wrong time as mandated targets begin to ramp up. It is, as we've said before, the wrong measure at the wrong time. Now, we recognise government needs to raise revenue, so invest in automotive's future and the returns will come. Help us sell more vehicles, more electric vehicles, and we will deliver more tax revenues, more jobs, more investment, greater productivity, greater growth. So we ask for the whole of government to be at our backs. Hold true to the ambitions of the industrial strategy, back it, build upon it. We too want to restore the UK to a 1.3 million unit manufacturing hub by 2035. That ambition means first and foremost keeping what we have, growing it and then attracting more. Responding to competition, resisting protectionism. Now, in a fortnight, the EU will likely announce its own package of industrial safeguarding measures, easing vehicle decarbonisation regulation, boosting battery production, demanding local content. In short, a made in Europe philosophy. Now, we may no longer be a paid-up member of the EU, but last time I checked, we were still in Europe. Still integral to EU supply chains. Still an integral market for EU production, just as EU market access is integral for us. So when we ask for these things, to assure market access, to safeguard competitiveness, to attract investment, and to support market demand, these are not things on a wish list for Santa. They are a necessity for our futures, and vital if the Chancellor is going to get the prize at the top of her wish list, growth. So, Secretary of State, we are grateful for all your help, but we need the whole of government to back us, not just for Christmas, but for life. Thank you very much.